Well, thank you very much. So, we are coming to the end, and what a nice plenary to finish with. That was very inspiring. And like you before, Godlieve, and others, I'm not going to try and summarise so much that's been discussed this week, and so many important messages have come out of the week. But we would like just to finish with a few reflections and impressions. So, just now, just to start, to leave with a few reflections of the week, just with some impressions of hearing some of the voices that we've had during the week.
This forum was very important and interesting for me to attend because it's all about health, workforce, which we have lots of challenges back home about workforce, not only in the quality, also in the quantity. So I came to look at the experience of all other international countries and gain what we gain and communicate with some of interesting people here.
The Youth Forum was a great opportunity to be able to bring young people from all over the world together. We managed to get over 100 participants representing all WHO regions together to discuss the importance of workforce and the outcomes that we've obtained and how we can, as young leaders of tomorrow and the leaders of today, take those recommendations forward and be part of the decision making, engage with our local work.
The global forums are really our momentum. They are what shows us that the world is still together on this agenda. So seeing so many people come from all over the world is a sign to me that the movement is alive and well, and that the future, our hopes for a health worker, for every person in every village, everywhere, may become a reality one day.
I think a lot of people have been surprised by some of the content of the sessions, and that was a great thing for me to see. People who didn't know things but did come out at the other end saying, that is now helping me to understand better what my challenges are.
I think it represents a good meeting point for the various constituency of the health workforce.
We really get so different stakeholders together. If we really want to improve the quality of care, we want to improve something for the health professionals and the working conditions, we need so many different stakeholders and sectors to work together. And I think this forum here brings us all together.
This forum, we are trying to learn from one country to another. And specifically for Tanzania, we have a model of which we have already harmonized the curriculum. We have used the community health workers into the national health workforce. So we are sharing our experiences and also looking at the bottlenecks that other countries have experienced.
I was fascinated with some of the presentations looking at the lower resource settings and what kind of challenges they are facing in delivering health services. I thought that was very interesting.
We arrived here dauntingly with the challenges that we address that are really difficult and hard, and now we're leaving with inspirations and a larger network of brains that we can borrow to really together make a difference.
Being here, being able to connect with stakeholders that really want to not only just talk about gender equity, but be committed to driving that, and really exciting for us is the launch of the Gender Equity Thematic Hub in the Global Health Workforce Network.
I hope to return to Spain with a good experiences and good examples to improve the health system and improve as well the workforce for health in Spain.
I'm really grateful for the forum to provide me with these learning opportunities and to be here.
This forum is very important because it is coming up just shortly after the Working for Health 5-year action plan was adopted by the World Health Assembly, and it is critical for drumming up concerted commitment of all stakeholders to driving this very, very important document towards universal health care.
So for me, the story of the week, I think, has been about the journey. And the journey we've been on, and you remember at the opening, we had the symbolic passing on of the flags, reminding us of where we've come from in the journey, from Uganda to Thailand to Brazil and on to Dublin. And I think what was evident too was how so much has happened since Brazil, and how the things have moved forward with the commitments, implementation of commitments from then, the implementation, the adoption of the strategy, the UN Commission, the establishment of the Global Health Workforce Network, and many, many initiatives and things that you have all been engaged with. And during the week then, we continued our journey with so many excellent sessions covering the range of important issues to take us forward, looking at what we've learned and what we need to do next, and culminating in the Dublin Declaration, the outcome statement that we have adopted together and acclaimed this morning as representative of all the different stakeholders and participants here. As the Minister said earlier, an ambitious agenda, an agenda for all of us, for commitment, for engagement, for investment, for implementation, and for accountability. And then we heard from the Minister about what Ireland is doing to take it forward. And then we heard from some of the other constituencies here in the last panel, how they're going to take things forward. And through the week, we've heard from all of you in the sessions and also in the pledges you've made of how you're going to take it forward. And so we leave here to continue the journey and with the clear direction from the next steps. And as I look to where that direction is taking us, what I've heard time and time again is it takes us back to the country level, that this is where it's going to happen, building that movement of all the stakeholders who are involved, across the sectors and disciplines, including the health workers, working together to expand the workforce that we need, advocating, making the investments so that we can fulfill our goals towards having the workforce we need to achieve our goals of universal health coverage. So now I'd like to invite you really to join with me in just acknowledging and thanking some of the many people who've been involved in organising this event and helping make it successful. So I'd like to invite a few people onto the stage. For the organising committee, chaired by Charles Normand, and if you could all come up. It's representatives of the co-hosting organisations and the Irish Forum for Global Health, and also working very closely with conference partners, the events management, who've done such a great job in making this a successful event. Also, can I invite up the programme committee, co-chaired by Rory Brewer from the College of Surgeons and Jim Campbell, who did an enormous amount of work in planning the programme. Can I also invite the organising committee from the Youth Forum, and also some important volunteers. We had a team of rapporteurs and global health writers who did a huge amount of work, attended every session and did a huge amount of work writing up, reporting and sharing information on what we've done. So, as we finish, you might guess we're not going to leave quietly. At the beginning of the week, we sang Molly Malone. And you remember she died of a fever because no one could save her. She didn't have a health worker. But we want to leave on a high note, so I invite you all to join with us in singing once again in Dublin's Fair City. Thank you. Final thank you to everyone here. It's your participation that has made this successful. May I wish you all well as you travel. Slán na bhaile, as we say in Gaelic. Safe home. And we look forward to seeing you all at the next Global Forum. In the meantime, let's continue the journey. Let's carry the flag for human resources for health. Thank you.